Right, can you hear me now? This is going swimmingly so far. Anything? Yay, you can hear me. Wow, that's really going well. Let me know if it's loud enough because everything's gone to rat poop. If it needs to go up a little bit, we can turn it up a little bit. If not, I might just give up and go and hide in a corner. Basically, 8:55, computer went, graphics card died, so I've had to reinstall a graphics card, get all the drivers updated. That then threw out the sound card, and I've got like this little mixer board thing down here. That's gone pop as well. And then I tried to use my little Rode mic thing. That didn't work. In the end, it just turned out that in my panic, I pressed the mute button on the mixer. So the mixer thing is here. Let me show you this. I've got this mixer here. And I pressed the mute button by accident because I'm an idiot. So, 10 minutes late. If not more. Oh, I shouldn't have touched that, should I? That's all gone horribly wrong as well now. So we're a wee bit late, but we're here. Whew, I'm all hot now. How is everyone? Who have we got in? Let's say hello to everybody at least. Sound has a small buzz. Well, I'll take that over no sound, so we'll just maybe have to live with that. I don't want to touch it just in case. So, Friday night, how's everyone doing? I wanted to have a little bit of a live stream because we've not had one in a while, purely because been busy. Lots going on at the moment. Lots going on at work. Lots going on at home. I don't know about anyone else, but homeschooling, what fun that is. So yes, I thought I'd just check in and say hello to everybody. We've had a bit of a, I don't know, it's been a rough time for the last few weeks. Keeping on top of everything, so hopefully everyone else is okay. So let's just have a quick look in the chat and see who we've got. We have got 11 likes so far, so that's pretty good for a stream that's had no audio for the first 10 minutes. Let me know in the chat if everything's well with you. Hope everyone's keeping safe. But we've got about 50 people here and 11 likes. I suppose that's good for such a shambolic start to everything. I'm a bit blinded by this light. I don't know why that's happening all of a sudden. But anyway. Who have we got? And we've got Smith's Fish Room. We've got Jennifer. We've got Simon. Loads of people in. Andy Cupcake, Andy's Fish Room, Lee Kinsey, the big time winner here. Is that just because I said there might be a giveaway in this? You've turned up for this. Some buzzing in the mic, no buzz for other people, so I'll take that. That'll be a good go. So, I wanted to do a little live stream to check in, like I say, but I thought we'd have a bit of a giveaway. I threatened one a few videos ago. I'm not going to sing in this one. I am blinded by the light somewhat, but I'm not going to sing anything this week. Although my glasses are possibly the dirtiest thing I've ever seen. But yes, I threatened a giveaway a few videos ago. We did an introduction to Fishman Aquatics, was a shop over in Oldham, which I believe one of my mods, Smith's Fish Room, he works there. They sent me a little goodie bag, which had things in it like these discus foods. We've got some oak and algae wafers. We've got some fishy shrimp treats, some plant stuff, some more stuff. Just got loads of stuff basically. And I already have quite a lot of stuff, so I thought, why don't I give some of it away and we'll do a bit of a giveaway to someone on the stream tonight. So hang around. Click that like button, because that's one of the conditions, is you need to click the like button. And maybe I'll send you some stuff completely free. You don't need to do anything. You just need to participate, basically. Oh, there's Cameron saying, Fishman here. Is it Cameron or Callum? I always write, I get you confused with someone who's either called Cameron or Callum. I can never quite remember. Yes, there you go, fishmanaquatics.co.uk. They've had a website published recently, which I believe Callum, I knew it was one, something beginning with C. Callum has put together, and it's quite swish, even if I do say so myself as a fellow website designer, not professional or anything, but yeah, it looks the business. I'm very, very impressed. There will be no singing tonight, Big Time Fish Keeper, don't worry about that. There is a guitar on the wall, but it will be staying on the wall this time. But yes, you can win it, you can have all your stuff back if you like, Callum. So, like I say, we've got a few things here. I'll box all them up. That's some food from Fish Time Aquatic and some treatments. Fish Time Aquatics, I've lost the power of speech. Fishman Aquatics. And I'll maybe throw in a few of my own things, so I don't know. I'm completely well prepared for this, as you can tell by having boxes of crap everywhere. Oops. How about one of these fancy Dan hats, maybe? Put that in there. Pardon me. So, there will be no singing, no. One of the other things I wanted to mention was, I think I put a couple of posts out last day or so talking about Big Fish Lad, and I think it's possibly one of his family there, just asked for a shout out to Paul Needham, because I saw something on Facebook, because I think it was one of his family, or a few of his family said he's in hospital at the moment with COVID. So, not good, and that's not what you want to hear about. I don't know him as such, but we've had plenty of conversations over the past year or so. He's asked for some advice on his channel. He's asked for some tips and tricks. We've shared a couple of videos talking about things. Not really any collabs or anything like that, but we've talked about various things, so I want to get the message out there that he's got a YouTube channel as well, so we've talked about it before. He's called Big Fish Lad. He's mainly into American cichlids and things like that. So, completely different thing than me. My camera keeps wanting to focus on my guitar rather than me. Completely different thing than I'm into, although I do love big cichlids. I've just not got tank space for them, really, anything like that. But the family are asking to try and get his subs boosted up, because I think he was around about 500 subs. Last time I looked, he was about 750 or something like that. They're trying to get him up to something like... get him over that 1,000 barrier to cheer him up when he does come home. So, if that is you, Trinic28, definitely, I want everyone to go, as well as subscribe to my channel, check out all my stuff, click my buttons. I'd like everyone to go over, either now or later on, go over to Big Fish Lad, click the subscribe button, watch a video, leave a like, leave a comment, anything to increase the engagement and get them over that line. You think of this being, or you see it in the news and you hear about everything being, it's only really the old or the infirm or the people who are at risk anyway that get affected by this, but no, it does catch normal people, so I think he's about my age anyway. So that would be really good. So I will keep giving you a reminder every now and again. Make sure that you go and check him out. So that's the boring bit, not the boring bit, that's a horrible thing. That's the kind of downbeat bit out of the way, but I will be checking in again. I've just seen a message from someone there which made me slightly laugh there. James Kirk, how much Jim Beam is in that Coke? It's purely Coke tonight, James. Jim Beam is my favourite tipple, so if anyone does want to send me anything, if anyone from Jim Beam is watching, if you want to sponsor the channel, more than happy to take that. Hi Graham, says Courtney, a prize for the oldest person here, says Steve. Well, the usual competition I like to play is who's the furthest away, so maybe we could have who's the oldest. But then we'll just have everyone will be 105 all of a sudden. I don't know how to prove that. But yes, alright, let's do who's the oldest and who's the furthest away. Let me know in the chat who they are. Joel says it has to be JD, not Jim Beam. Joel, you're just wrong, I'm afraid. That's JD's just... Jack Daniels is not a patch on Jim Beam. Big time fish Big time fish keeper would like a funky towel or a hat, pretty please. Well, you can have a hat, come in 3 different colours. This is the navy blue one. You can have one that's this colour. You can have a black one. Just go on the website, aquariumadventures.co.uk, and buy one. I will give them away every now and again, but I'm not giving away everything that I've got to anyone that asks. But yeah, we'll stick the hats are the only thing I've got here, so that's why they go in the prize bag. The polos and the towels, which are fantastic. In fact, let me just grab a towel for you. Ooh. This is my towel. So this is the only one I've got at the moment. But they're nice big towels with the embroidered logo. And the crucial part is the hanging loop, so you can hang it off something. But really good size, nice big thing. So the towels and the polos, they are produced by Phil, who runs, I think it's Elite Logos for you, or Elite Logos, something like that. He prints these off on demand, so when you order them from me, I let him know, he sends them out. So yes, all that stuff on the website, plug it over. There, Phil Clark is there, he's in the chat, I've just seen his name. Mickey's here, good evening Mickey Olicam, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing well, I'm just a bit frazzled because everything died on me before we started the stream, so we're getting there. Yes, best of luck to Big Fish Lad, that's Paul, hopefully he's doing well and he gets out to 1,000 subscribers. Callum says he's got the Aquarium Adventures towel, polo and hat, so you've got the whole combination. The towel is very good, big time fish keeper. Right, let's go straight through. What have we got? There you go, Callum's 900, I think you might be winning this already. We've got a 39-year-old in Edinburgh, that's Craig. 56 in Bognor Regis. 54 in South Wales, no, not close enough. 28 in, oh, you're all quite local. Quite local and not that old. 52 in Blackpool, no, I think we've still got, what was it, 56, the oldest. You're winning, Andrew. Liverpool, 25. Can someone stick Big Fish Lad's channel in the chat so as people can find it? 51 in Stoke. That's very brave of you, Wendy. You don't usually have ladies divulging their age. Nope, Margate. The towels soft. They are quite soft. I mean, they are fish towels, so it's not like you're going to be caressing yourself over an evening, or I don't know, maybe you could have them as your proper towels. I mean, they are just towels. But I went for a dark colour. I wanted them all to be a dark colour because you do get lots of stains and stuff, but I'm sure Phil can tell us if we can have all kinds of colours and sizes and things like that. But yeah, I think this is the perfect size. They are quite soft. I'm not a towel salesman, so I don't really know how much more to extol the benefits of the towel other than to say it's a good towel. Ollie's got a parrotfish with Popeye. Any suggestions of what to do, please? I've only come across Popeye a few times, and I've done absolutely nothing other than up my water change regime. I find that does the best, maybe 2 or 3 days of large water changes in a row, and it's always made it go away. So maybe try that first before you go into any meds. The towel doubles up as a fab kilt. I did not know that, and I will not be trying it out. Bourbon's okay, but it's all about the whiskey for me. Yes, I'm a terrible Scotsman. I don't really like whiskey, although bourbon is technically a kind of a whiskey. But no, today I'm just rocking the plain old Pepsi Max. Abdullah Maki Mohammed, are you going to go saltwater even? I assume you mean ever. I have done saltwater before. I have no plans to do any more saltwater for a while. Mainly because I want to get into the whole breeding and setting up a little bit of a hobby business going. I really want to concentrate on the discus and the discus associated fish, so companion fish for discus and things I like. I think that my niche, if I ever do get a business going, it will start with my niche, which will be discus and things that support discus. Much like everything I sell on my website, it's all stuff that I use. So I am bald, I get cold in the winter, so I need a hat. So therefore I sell a hat. I have lots of fish tanks and get everything wet, so I need a towel. So I sell a towel. All the all the foods that I sell, I'm doing this because they're all here, without turning it all off. These are all my various foods. They're all ones that I use, so they are what I sell. So, not really got any plans to go saltwater yet. If I ever move house or something like that and get a big enough place where I can have a big old fish room, I probably will, because I really enjoyed keeping saltwater. I'm into the whole... I really like corals. I really like big fish that don't go with corals, so I'd probably want to have 2 or 3 tanks and maybe have one big massive one for big tangs and things like that. So, one day, but not any plans quite yet. We've got 33 in Australia. That's not true, Lee. 52 in Redcar in Cleveland. 47 from the United States, Connecticut. I think you're winning on furthest away. Not quite oldest yet, Michelle. The Big Time Fish Keeper says got no more money left because I made him spend it on discus. Well, if you're going to spend it anywhere else other than stuff from my shop, then that's a good place to do it. Doncaster, Pennsylvania, US. So we've got Pennsylvania and Connecticut. I have no idea which one's furthest away, but I'm sure we're going to get one further than that at some point. 39 from Munich, or München, I guess we should say. Oh, everything's gone horribly wrong. Where's it all gone? Pepsi Max does rock. It is the king of cola-based drinks. I'm not having any of this Coke. Coke's rubbish. It just tastes like wet sugar. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway. Achichuto. I don't know if that's how you say it. Am I furthest away? I didn't see your thing there. I must have skipped past it. Bear with me while I go back through everything. I can't see your comment. Oh, New Zealand. 52 in New Zealand. Yeah, that's probably the furthest. The last time where I mistook New Zealand for the west coast of America, I think that was embarrassing enough. So I know that you're going to be doing well if you're further away than New Zealand, unless we have any astronauts from the International Space Station watching. Does being oldest win me a prize? Well, you get like a clap. That's the way we congratulate people in this country, isn't it? We don't give them prizes or pay rises, we just clap for them. So you'll get that. But we will be giving away a prize at some point. UK only, I must stress that. I'm not getting stung like that again. So sorry all the people in New Zealand, you're not getting any free stuff because it costs me, I need to remortgage my house to get the postage covered. Hey, there's Trevor from Texas, he's there. How we doing? Anyway, have we got any questions about fish keeping or any other topics really? Rather than me just sitting here reading all the comments out. I've always thought that was quite a weird thing to do. Lots of live streams they just sit there and look at the comments and they read them out. I realise I've done that for the last 5 minutes now, but I would like to do something a little bit different. Unpopular fish keeping opinions, says Dougie. I'll start. Are albinos pointless? Who wants a colourless version of a perfectly good fish? I've had this argument fairly recently. I hope it wasn't with you. I get where you're coming from, but you're wrong, because I think albinos are special, not pointless. Being void of colour is also a colour. I know that doesn't really make sense. What am I trying to say? Being void of colour makes you a little bit special as well, because I think they stand out, especially if you have a tank with dark substrate and lots of plants and things like that. There is a flash of white or a flash of something going across. It just makes it stand out so much more than anything else. So I think there definitely is a place for albino stuff. I've just seen Jennifer's question, but we'll come to that in a minute. So, Jennifer asks, I'll ask the obvious, how is Humphrey's cock? Humphrey's cock is absolutely fine. If anything, it's got a little bit bigger and it looks a little bit swollen. I don't know if it's growing and maybe they deflate before they expand. But yes, Humphrey's cock is fine. And if you're watching from YouTube or you're a YouTube robot, it's KOK. That's the cock, the nuchal hump of the flower hornfish. Benjamin asks, do you feed your fish cooked prawns or raw? I tend to stay away from prawns, if I'm honest. I mean, I have fed prawns in the past, and I do feed them every now and again as a treat. Raw is probably best. Cooked is fine. But I haven't spent 6 months, but over the last 6 months I've been reading a lot about thiaminese and trying to figure out how bad it really is. So lots of things like that, mussels, prawns, there's lots of food that are high in thiaminese, which can have adverse effects. In the discus world, it's often blamed for whirling disease, when your discus just spins and spins and spins, and often been looked into, they've had a high mussel diet. But yeah, lots of big fish have been ill, there's no actual scientific evidence that it does do all these things, but it is a common denominator. But absolutely fine every now and again. As long as you're not feeding a ton of prawns every day, you should be absolutely fine. Would you rather a flower horn tank or a planted angel tank? I have a spare 4x2x2 and I don't know what to stock it with. I'm in the lucky position that I'm about to have both. Angels are great because I think I've missed out on angels because I thought they were a bit common in days gone past. That's why I went for discus, because I thought they were very much the more the thinking man's fish, or the better fish to keep, and kind of dismissed angels as kind of murderous, horrible, common things. But I got sent a bunch of angels from a fish company I now can't remember. Predator Aquatics, I think it was. It's probably best I don't remember, because they asked me if I would do a video with them and send me some fish, and I asked for some Altum angels, and they said they would send me 10 Altum angels. And they said they sent me 10 Altum angels, but I actually got just regular platinum silver angels. They said it was a mix-up with their shipping, but who knows? Absolutely fine by me, because they were free and they're absolutely beautiful fish. So I got rid of a few of them because I wanted to pare the group down to about 6. I think I've got 7 or 8 still. And they're not in a planted tank, so you'll have seen them if you've watched my channel. They are in the fish room at the moment, but I'm going to bring them up here and have them in my corner tank over there and plant that up, and I'm going to bring Humphrey downstairs to live there. So the angels themselves are really interactive. I don't know if it's just these ones, but stick your finger up against the thing and they will follow you around quite happily. Stick your hand in, they'll eat from you, you can put food in, all that kind of stuff. They're great, but compared to Humphrey, the flower horn, he is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to have to try and press some buttons here because it keeps going on to focus on the, there we go, the guitar, which I want it to focus on me. Humphrey as an interactive fish is something else. He'll sit there and play games with me, he'll play hide and seek, he'll spit water at me, he'll try and bite my fingers, he'll try and bite any tools I put in there, he'll come up for a stroke, all those kind of things. Can stroke his cock. I'm a terrible, terrible person. So, I don't know. It depends what you want to do with it, because if you have a 4x2x2 tank, that probably would just be for your flower horn. You wouldn't have anything else in there. And the one drawback about flower horns is, or certainly my experience of them is, you can't really have anything else in there. And I don't mean other fish, because you probably, unless you go for loads of big cichlids, you can't really have anything in with them. But you can't even have decorations. They won't tolerate plants. I've tried that with them. He's just over there staring at me now. He knows I'm talking about him. Yep. So it is just going to be essentially a bare tank with a flower horn, which doesn't have a great visual impact, but if you're going to be in there a lot and he's playing with you, then maybe that's good. Jonathan says he keeps a 45-gallon reef tank but enjoy watching my video on freshwater. Well, I enjoy watching videos on saltwater as well, so yeah, I get it. I've nothing against saltwater. Urban Hafner, the red eyes of the albinos, what gets me. He agrees with Dougie. Well, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Do I use ferts in my planting tanks? Some of them. So the planted tanks in here, meh, I do use ferts, but not very religiously, and I think that's the biggest problem, is I don't do it so consistently enough. So if you could see that tank any better, there are a few deficiencies in there. So there's some leaves melting away, not melting away, but there's some leaves just not right. Some of the plants aren't thriving as well as they could have done. That's because my fertilization regime is, I haven't done that for a few days, give it a bit more. Whereas on my big discus tank, which my next video will be about, hopefully tomorrow, I have a dozer, an automatic dozer, and I use TNC ferts as well as some JBL ferts, and that automatically every day puts in a couple of milliliters to my own specification, and that is going great. It's absolutely thriving. What else have we got? Any more questions? Pardon me. Is keeping pea puffers getting into puffers as much of a step up from easier tropical community fish as some of the internet makes out? Pea puffers, no. I think they're really easy. The problem with pea puffers is getting them to eat things. I don't know how to explain this. So most of my tanks in the fish room, I have 3 or 4 pots of food, and if I wanted to feed every tank, it would take me all of 30 seconds. I could go around, drop the food in. The pea puffers, they either need some bloodworms or some brine shrimp or some other kind of live worms maybe, or something like that. Getting a varied diet for them, snails, all that kind of stuff, it's not as easy. So you've either got to defrost something or you've got to go and harvest something. They can be, and my experience of them is that they are very finicky eaters. So mine, for instance, have just gone off snails completely. So I dumped in a load of snails recently, and they're all still there, and they're just like, no, I don't want that, give me those bloodworms again. So they can be quite finicky to get them to eat various things, but absolutely fantastic. And other than that, no, they're no harder than any other fish to keep. I think some people have problems because maybe they don't get enough. I have kept a smaller number before and they just didn't do well, but when I upped the numbers to about 6, I think 6 is the recommended minimum, they're absolutely fine, and they're out all the time, they're playful, they're interactive again, they do what they want. When you get up to the larger puffers, again, I don't think they're any more difficult, says the guy who's killed 2, but they have, again, higher requirements in terms of eventually they're going to need a bloody massive tank. But as long as you can do that, no, they're not any more harder. There are the ones that are, I would say, are a step up, is your brackish types, where they start in freshwater and they can transition all the way through to saltwater sometimes, or just brackish water. And that is a bit more finicky because you need to get your parameters right when you're doing things like water changes, and you're aiming for a very certain specific salinity. But other than that, no, they're great fish. I'm a big puffer fan. Let's have a look through. What's my favourite guppy strain or colour? Good question. I really like my yellow cobras that I've got at the moment, but they're not true yellow cobras. But I'm really quite fond of them. You can find them under my mutt guppies on my website, and I also really like the endlers that I've got into recently. So I've got some blue star endlers as well as some blonde blush. The blonde blush are absolutely fantastic. They're probably, the blonde blush guppies or endler guppies are probably my favourites at the moment. Although saying that at the same time, the wild guppies, I'm kind of kicking myself because I only got, I can't remember how many I got. I think I only got about 10 of them. And they sold really well on the website, so they went really quickly, and I was a bit like, oh, I like them, I wish I could keep them. So hopefully I'll get some more of them soon, because they were really cool, the wild guppies. Let's have a look, what else have we got? Other things that I wanted to talk about here. So we've mentioned the giveaway. I'm going to need to remember how we run the giveaway. Can anyone remember what it was called? Is it Nightbot, that site? And then it's going to have to remember my login details. Let's see if we can get there. So I want to do the giveaway. some point and make sure everyone's still engaged. Yeah, that looks like we're in the right sort of area. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you can see chat here as well. So yes, I want to do the giveaway. We've got that. We'll throw in some extra stuff as well, but I wanted to give Fishman Aquatics a shout out as well. So they sent me all this stuff, so as well as subscribing to my channel and clicking all my buttons, I'd like you to go and have a look at their website, have a look at them on Facebook, follow their page. These are all free things you can do. They don't cost any money, but they do make a big difference to the small businesses out there if you can follow them. I've never met Callum, I've never met any of the guys from Fishman Aquatics, but having seen some of their videos, I probably get along with them quite well. So go and check them out, and remember, if you do win, you've got them to thank, because they're going to send you some of these prizes. I also meant to show you this. I don't know if any of you members out there, so membership, there's the thing. You can be a member of a channel. I mean, why wouldn't you want to become a member of this channel? You get to have these fantastically professional live streams where I start 15 minutes late and you can't hear a word I'm saying. But if any of you guys are members, you get access to, which I found out today, a whole bunch of extra emojis, because a bunch of you are actually signed up to membership on the channel. So there should be down somewhere a join button if you're watching on a PC. I don't know where it is if you're watching on a phone, but you can check that out, and it has perks which we'll talk about in a minute. So you can join as a member or you can join as a hero member. I haven't figured out a way to differentiate them other than by price, but you get the same sort of things at the moment, and I must be honest, I've not been very good lately about giving any member perks as such, but we're going to try and sort that out. But the reason I mention it is the YouTube let me know that we have extra emojis now available for members. So I think I was allowed to create 3 emojis or something like that. There you go, Mickey's used one of them, the yes icon. But I got to create up to 9 now, or 8 or something like that. So I very quickly put some together earlier on today. There you go, Jennifer's found loads of them. I very quickly put all those together, but I want to redesign some of them. So I am looking for ideas. So if you want to let me know in any comments to any videos or on the Facebook group or anything like that, any kind of ideas for emojis, because some of these are just thrown together. I do especially like the cock one. But yeah, you could have all kinds of emojis that you get to use. You get a special little badge if you sign up as well. But what I was going to say is, this is the most convoluted story in the world. What I was going to say is YouTube has started doing shorts, so I'm thinking of doing shorts just for members. So shorts are videos that have, I think the only criteria is that they're under a minute long, and I think it's YouTube's way of trying to take on, I was going to say TokTik, that shows you how old I am. It's YouTube's way of trying to take on TikTok to do shorts. But I was thinking I could start doing shorts, releasing them to the members only, maybe for a week in advance, and then releasing them to everyone else, so you get to see some of the things. And it's because it's shorts, they are generally really quick little videos where it's me going around going, oh, have a look at all the cherry shrimp in here and all the things that they're doing, or let's have a look at Humphrey's cock, or playing with Humphrey's cock. I really need to stop using this joke, it's not even funny anymore. Anyway, doing shorts as videos, making them available to members in advance. What do you think? That might be an idea or something that we could do. But if not, you will get, or I promise, I'll start doing more stuff just for members, where it is pictures of the general things that aren't worthy of a video, but mildly interesting to some people. Probably not interesting at all, but maybe only mildly interesting to me. So I thought we could do that because I have joined TikTok. I think this is the most hilarious thing ever. If you ever want to feel old, go on TikTok and try and fathom what the frick is going on. Because I am a YouTuber and I make YouTube videos, there's all these instructional videos out there saying you need to get your brand out there, you need to build your audience, you need to do this, that and the other. And one of the things is, why don't you get on TikTok? You can bring in some audience from TikTok. So I've looked at it a few times over the last year or so and gone, what the hell? I don't get. One, I don't have a big butt, or I can't shake boobs, I can't dance. It seems to be 90% young girls shaking their stuff that makes me feel like an old, dirty old man, and the other 10% is just humourless ridiculousness. But if you dig around enough, there is some quite good stuff on there. So I've loaded a few videos onto TikTok and found the Aquarium communities on there. Yeah, and it's not bad, but I just don't get TikTok and it just makes me feel too old, so I don't think I can carry on with that. So I'm thinking shorts might be the way to go with this. God, I've got a proper frog in my throat. And shorts for members only might be something that we do. What's that? Simon says, shorts for members only in advance sounds good. It works for another YouTube I subscribe to as a member. Ah, there you go. And I don't want people to miss out and just do something that's only for members. But I do want to give members some kind of incentive for being members, because I do appreciate all the support that I get from everyone. It does let me continue to make videos and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's really important, and it's something I'll be working on. I don't know if I'm really settled on it yet, so I'm open to ideas and suggestions, but that's kind of where my head's at the moment. So I know that was a bit of a tangent from let's do a giveaway straight on to please click the membership button and give me all your money. But it was more of a, well, I don't really know what to do rather than a completely just a begging video. Let's check in back with these again. Ever had Oscars, Graham? I'm looking at a pair of black tigers. I have not had Oscars. That is one of my bucket list fish. And I know they're really common because lots of people have Oscars, and they're not exactly rare or exotic. I've just never had a big enough tank free that I didn't fill with discus that I wanted to fill with Oscars. I did once, many moons ago, have or see a video that had, it was something like a 12-foot tank. It was 12 foot by 4 foot by 6 foot or something like that, ridiculously large, and it was full of Oscars. Was it Tropical Fish Keeping UK or something along those lines? It was, oh, we just had someone's clicked the button. I don't know what happened there. Yes, we have. Thank you very much, whoever that is. My eyes are too bad that I can't actually see it. Hang on. And now it's all blue, so I can't read it. See, professional. This is what you're paying your money for. A large man to sit and squint at his screen. Why would it go green and have blue writing? I mean, that's not my fault. That's YouTube's fault. I think that says Smith. Oh, right. Is that you, Callum? Thank you very much. Yeah, I can't see what's going on there, but yes, thank you very much for that. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oscars. Yes. So there was this massive tank, and it had a school or a show. I can't remember which one it is. A school of Oscars, and it was kind of like what you would see in a smaller tank with tetras, but with Oscars. And it took you a while. Every time I watched it, you'd look at it and go, "Oh yeah, oh my god, that's Oscars." And it was ridiculous. I'd love to do that one day and just have something like a big, massive, like almost like pond tank with loads of Oscars, like 20 or 30. So, no, I haven't had Oscars, but yes, I think I would love to do that one day. Do you have any female bristlenose, Graham? I have bloody loads of female bristlenose. If you are interested in bristlenose and specify female, I'm sure I can find one for you of any size. Bigger the better, because obviously it's easier to sex them when they're bigger. Where was that? Ollie says, can you say Scooby Dooby Doo in your best Scottish accent? Nope. That's not even a thing Scottish people say, is it? I mean, I've heard of Curly Wurly and there's been a murder, but I've never heard of, what's the other one? Purple Burglar Alarm. That's another one. I've never heard of Scooby Dooby Doo. I've seen a few shorts from PC builders I follow. Yes, they're a decent way to build interest in the channel. Oh, what PC builders do you follow? I'm a bit of a geek as well, Mickey. But yes, welcome to the club, Callum. I quite like my Linus Tech tips and all that kind of thing. See, I've got my drinks preloaded. I poured 2 because I knew I can't talk for this long without my throat drying up. How do you use emoji? I think you just click in the bit where it says say something, and then there's a little face that says custom emoji, and then you should see Aquarium Adventures emojis, and you click on them like that. Thanks again for all your subs, guys. It is amazing. It is amazing. I thank everyone very much. I can't believe 10,000 people have bothered to click the button and see this kind of professionalism. Oh, we've got tater salad. Tater saladi? That looks like potato salad to me, but yes. We've got 20 Danish things. Kroner? What do Denmark people... Thank you very much. No, it doesn't matter what they are. What is DKK? I don't know what the Danish kroner. Ah, imagine me, I got that right. Thank you very much. It has made me lose my train of thought though. Yes, so you found it, Callum. Well done. You're just going to be spamming cock into the chat. Oh, God. Yes, I'm on TikTok, but I'm your age. Yes, I am. Do you know what? I found out the other day. I was absolutely gutted. Turns out I'm 43. I spent the best part of last year thinking I was 42 and just gained a year instantly. I got asked to do age verification on something, bank statement or something like that, and I failed it because I kept saying that I was 42. I was absolutely gutted to find out I was 43. Will I be doing a series of videos on my discus plans? Every second or third video is about my discus, so yes, probably is the answer. I have some of my more popular videos are like discus basics, or what to feed your discus, or how to look after your discus and things like that. And YouTube is always telling me I need to make more discus videos, but I kind of feel like you're just going to make it what's the phrase? You're kind of flogging a dead horse after a while if you're just constantly making the same thing over and over again. I know lots of YouTubers do exactly that, and it does work for them, but yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit. But yes, possibly one of my plans is... Oh, that makes a loud noise. What is that? Oh, it's another member. Thank you very much, Tater Salad. One of my possible plans was I was thinking of getting a bunch of discus. So this is going to go into another tangent here. I'm planning. I have bought a bunch of new tanks for the fish room, and I was thinking once I get my tanks in, they might be a good size for some really small discus. So I could maybe go to Stinker or somewhere like that and buy a whole bunch of small discus and grow them on, pair them off, sell them on, and that could be one of the fish that I sell. So I thought that'd be quite an interesting. See them bought, Stinker sell them really small actually. See them bought at like kind of 2 inches, maybe 4 or 5 different strains, but a bunch of them, maybe a dozen of each strain. Grow them all up, get some of them to pair off, and then have like the breeding process going through. Because I know I've done a couple of attempts at breeding, but that was me trying to get content. Cause I thought, oh, people will want to see breeding discus, but all I wanted to do was have a nice discus tank, so I kind of gave up on that a little bit. So that might be the way the discus goes. I mean, this channel did used to be called Discus Newbies, because I thought, wow, there'll be lots of people out there buying discus, and if they're newbies, they'll want to see some discus content. Not thinking, why would they trust a guy called Discus Newbie? He's a newbie, he doesn't know what he's doing. Hence, Aquarium Adventures. But yeah, discussing discus, that might be another side channel or a side project. Ollie says he's just got 8 discus last Thursday, now ordered 5 more. What are some of your favourite morphs? Oh, I've never really called them morphs before, but yeah, I get what you mean, like strains. I'm a big fan of Turks. So, I don't know how boring you want me to make this, but when discus were wilds, they have some kind of bases, and then they were obviously interbred into these domestic discus we get now, and these weird and wonderful and fantastic colours. But the kind of first lot of strains that were developed by man or by hand were things like red Turks, blue Turks, and they're the kind of blue-based fish, but with the striations and stuff. I mean, you can probably see them. I'm sure we can find some pictures. And the Turk is obviously for turquoise. Let me see if I can find how to transition to that. So that one there, if you can see it, is the stinker red turquoise. I think that's a lovely fish. Sometimes quite often you can see the slightest hint of a halo there, but the really good ones, they have a really good halo all the way around. I just think they're a really, really impressive fish. So red Turks, blue Turks, and the red and the blue is just the way the colours swap round. But yeah, all these fish, like that picture there, that's my kind of favourite at least. But I do really like the reds. I do really like the plain old blue cobalts as well. In fact, the more I say this, the more I'll just end up saying, oh yeah, I like them all. But it makes me laugh the way that they name discus, because each individual breeder has their own version of what these fish are called. And some of the names are so weird and wonderful. It's same fish will have 4 different names depending where it comes from. So I think this is the stinker. Let's see if that actually opens. These are the stinker strains. So out of all of them, I really like the blue diamonds. I think they're great. I'm not so keen on, well, I used to really hate this, as I think it looked like it was dirty. It's called the Dark Angel, but the more I see it, the more it grows on me. But I do like the boring strains, really, like blue diamonds. I like the snake skins, the fine lines. I'm not such a big fan of the pigeon blood, and I've only recently got my first set of pigeon bloods from Tim at Corbin Discus, and they are absolutely fantastic. So again, they are growing on me. In fact, there's not any there that I don't like, and I think that's part of the problem. There's too many of them. Pardon me. So where were we? Big Time Fish Keeper says he's got a 7 foot by 3 foot by 2.5 foot. That sounds like an ideal size for something a little bit special. What do you keep in that? I think if I had one like that, I'd be tempted to do some kind of 2000 rummy nose tetras or something like that, which would just, I don't know, it's almost a waste when you do it like that, but it would look cool, wouldn't it? I kind of fancy getting into stingrays as well, but again, not got a big enough tank. I need a bigger garage so I can have more tanks. Lee's had his stinkers 12 months now, bought tiny. They're not so tiny anymore. I bet they're not. No, the discus, they do grow up quick, don't they? Is the lady who bought the Fluval Roma Facebook pictures here tonight? Oh, that was Wendy. She was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. How about the albino discus? I don't think I've really seen any true albino discus before. I've been on your website for bristlenose plecos females, only showing 1 inch. Tell you what, email me, and I'll sort you something out. I'm sure I'll be able to find something. If it's albinos, I've only got small ones. The only ones that I've got large and kind of breeding size for bristlenose is the regular common ones. Tater Salad has a secret to tell me. It doesn't have any discus in his fish room, but it doesn't keep me from enjoying your content. Good. And I don't just have discus, I do have other things that aren't compatible with discus. And I do enjoy them. Like my Celestial Pearl Danios over here. They are one of my favourite fish. I would love to have a tank full of them, and they have started breeding, so hopefully I'll get them more and more. This tank I'm just leaving to get completely overgrown, because I think that's the thing that's actually triggered them spawning, is having loads of Java moss to hide the fry in. So they're doing really well. White clouds in this tank, not doing quite so well, but still alright. So yeah, I do like, discus are definitely my favourite, and I do like all kinds of stuff. Ollie's got everything I've said so far, or at least on order. Yeah, Wendy, she was here earlier. Oh, there she is. She's here. Pingu, Aaron's aquarium closed down. Yeah, I saw that a while ago. Yeah, I don't have any information that he hasn't shared publicly, so I don't know what went on there. If you don't know, Aaron's aquarium is another UK fish tuber type person. He does saltwater stuff. I met him once down in one of the fish shows down in a place beginning with T that I can't remember. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But yeah, he branched out and got his own shop when he went into business with someone. He made a few posts on Facebook about how it was essentially the other guy was bringing the money and he was bringing the business for his reach on social media and bringing in the customers. And from what I saw, he was doing that and living up to his side of the bargain. But yeah, it didn't go well, as so often it doesn't, mixing friendship and business and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's a shame. So I don't know what happened, but he said he had some mental health problems and just needed to take a step back and reset and recover, basically. So I think that's a good thing to do. So yeah, I don't know anything that you probably don't already know yourself. I need a shrimp tank. I've got plenty of shrimp tanks. In fact, the majority of the tanks in my fish room have shrimp in them. Only cherry shrimp. Oh, that's another potential future plan is. So I said about bringing the angels up here into my office. The office tank, as I point over there. Let's see if I can move this without deleting everyone. So there's a tank over there in the corner. It's quite deep that way, so it's like almost 3 feet. I was thinking about getting a rack there with some of those smaller tanks that you've seen in my fish room, getting a rack full of shrimp and doing all kinds of different types of shrimp, different varieties, different neocardineas, cardineas, all different water requirements, all that kind of stuff. But that's probably a year or two down the line. At the moment, just cherry shrimp because they're one of my favourites because they do so well. Like Solid Gold went, yeah, I noticed Solid Gold has come back as a very different channel, yeah. Yeah, Aaron, so Michael Aaron, it was really enthusiastic. Yeah, he made good stuff, he did well. Lee says he split his bristlenose up as the discus tank was constantly full of baby bristlenose. Males albino and females regular, so they looked a little like clownplex. Often they'll look like, or be incorrectly called calicos, because I've had a few like that have gone that way as well. Herp terminology, yeah, exactly. There's all kinds of things going on there. Don't I fancy keeping clown loach? I do and I don't. Again, this is a video I watched years ago of someone that had a clown loach that was, I think it was like 20 odd years old, and I thought, man, that's an investment in a fish. Because they get massive. You buy them small and you buy them cheap, but they get absolutely massive and they really need some space. And I've almost bought some a few times, but just never quite got there. So yes, I do fancy keeping them, but it is quite an investment. They're really like a pet, like a dog or something like that, aren't they? Because they live a long time. When are you coming to Fishman's? We have some CPDs. Well, I'll come as soon as I won't get arrested for coming there. It's tough to get anywhere at the moment. Hello Gervais, how are we doing? Right, shall we have a little look at what time are we at? So we've been going just over an hour. 56 people here, 53 likes. That's what we like to see. 2 new members, thank you very much. So I said that we'd give away some of the things kindly donated by Fishman Aquatics. So we've got a couple of different foods and some fertilizer. I said I'd throw in a hat. I'll probably throw in some of my own foods as well. So you can compare and contrast from some commercially available stuff. Because my food is, I think it's good. I've been using it for years. I'm getting some really good feedback on some of my stuff. Go and check out aquariumadventures.co.uk and try some for yourself. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how well that's going. Everyone's really happy with it. But yes, go and jump on Facebook, give Fishman Aquatics a like, give them a follow, make sure you give them a message if you are the winner. So we'll try and do this like last time. I need to think of a question. Oh, we've got another super chat there, the Shrimp Tank Fund from Taters. Thank you very much. It's a bit too rude to go and look up what a DKK actually converts to, but 100 sounds like a lot, so thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to have to Google it now because I don't know what the conversion rate is. Because I should maybe be more thankful. I should be more thankful. Yes, that's £11. Thank you very much. Really appreciate all these super chats and all these memberships. I know times are tough for many people out there at the moment. So yes, it's much appreciated. Let's see. Thank you, Simon, plugging my stuff. This is my thinking face. I'm sitting here trying to think of a question for the giveaway. I'm going to say, right, you can't answer this question until I tell you yet, but you can start thinking about it. Because if you answer it too quickly, I won't have set up the competition yet, and it won't work. But I'm going to say, how many discus do I have in my display tank right now? And I'll give you a clue in a minute. But let's have a look. How do we do this again? In fact, I'll probably have to go and count because I can't remember. This is basically a game of what number am I thinking of. It's not 18, and it's not 12. Lee is right though, it's not enough. Right, that's a silly game because I can't remember the number, and this would be a terrible stream if I had to go away and count. It's definitely not 8.5. It'll be just crossed 10,600 subscribers as well, so if anyone new has subscribed, thank you very much. Let's go with, how old am I? That's something I didn't know until earlier. Let me just set this up. Don't put the answer in yet because it's not. I like the fact that nobody else knows how old I am either. You know when I said don't put the answer in yet because I've not set it up yet? I wasn't kidding. Definitely not 94. Maybe I should say how old did I think I was. Why is this not working? There are no eligible users. Why not? Oh dear. Nothing's going well tonight, is it? Just talk amongst yourself while I randomly press buttons and nothing happens. What? It's not working. I'm sorry, people. Right, I'm going to have to reset it. So what I'm going to do, this is very unprofessional. I'm going to count down from 10, and then when I get to 1, no, I'm going to count down from 5 because that's ridiculous. When I get to 1, the next comment I see, and you're going to have to take me on trust here, is the winner. So, how old am I? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next correct comment, and it is... It's no one. Anyone want to guess at all? Anyone at all? Andrew Kilvington, you are the winner. Well done, Andrew. So Andrew Kilvington, he is the winner. You have to take me on trust. That was the first one that I saw coming through after the win, after I got down to 0. So you can stop now. I know they're still coming through. The answer was 43. I was only recently reminded of that myself because I can't remember how old I am. The answer is 43. Well done, Andrew Kilvington. Andrew, please contact me on email, on Facebook, or something along those lines saying, hello, I'm Andrew. This is my address, and I will send you some stuff. I will send you some stuff like this fantastic hat that if you didn't win, you can go and buy yourself on aquariumadventures.co.uk. It's one of the warmest hats ever. In fact, I saw a picture recently of someone famous in the fish keeping community. Let me see if I can find it. I say that as if I stumbled across it. He sent me the picture. But yeah, I saw a picture of someone wearing my hat. I thought I should use this in some marketing stuff, but I didn't want to. Look at this. You recognise that guy and that fish? So if you too want a hat that Master Fish, whatever it is, Master Breeder Dean keeps, yeah, get on the website and you can get your own version of it. Blue, grey, black, you can have whatever you want. But well done, Andrew. Obviously, don't stick your address in chat or anything like that. That would be silly. Email me or send me a message on Facebook or something like that. Yeah, and we'll get some stuff. We'll get a hat. We'll get some foods. We'll get any other random crap I can find lying around here. We'll get it sent over to you. Yes, Dean and Murphy. Yeah, he actually bought a t-shirt without, I didn't send it to him or anything like that. He just said he liked the design, so he bought it. Facebook Messenger's fine, yep, that's fine. Do you know what? I did think about sending Joey a hat just as a joke to see if that would. I thought that might bury the hatchet, so to speak. I thought that might be quite a funny joke if I sent Joey a hat and see if he would wear it in one of his videos. But no, I didn't send one to Joey. What happened to my Fahaka? I have no idea, Adam's Aquarium, if I'm completely honest. It was absolutely fine, and then one day it wasn't. We never did get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I thought you were going to say the king had a hat. No. I suspect it would be a waste of a excessive amount of postage just to send one to him. 10 discus in my display tab. Have you counted them? Thank you, Courtney. What a terrible fish keeper I am. I can't even remember how many I've got. It did Fahaka it off. I don't know if I'm ready to joke about it yet, Callum, but you know, I was quite sad about that. That was one of my favourite fish. I loved that little guy. Well, not that little, he was quite big. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, if you got one yourself, my only advice would be, I don't know, take a brave pill and go on one of the Facebook groups like Puffer Keeping Worldwide. There's lots of good advice. There's one of them that has some good care sheets and care guides. And as much as some of them are very evangelical and stuff like that, but they are some really good information how to keep them. They're not particularly hard to keep. Like I was saying earlier, avoid things like mussels and prawns as your main thing in your diet, because although I have no proof, I can't really do anything like the whole thiaminese issue. The weight of evidence is pointing towards it not being a good thing to feed mussels heavily, or clams or prawns or things like that. But yeah, I don't know. Look for things like snails. Land snails specifically are good to feed. Crickets, things like that. My Fahaka he was quite happy to feed on crickets and locusts that I feed some of my lizards, and he was doing really well with that. So I have no idea what went wrong with it. I really loved my Fahaka. He was a great little guy. So I wish you the best of luck, basically. Rab Clark loves his fish food. Thank you very much, Rab. Steve says send him a face mask instead. Please send one to the king. I hate it. There's no need for any hate. I think a lot of people come to me saying, "Oh, I know you hate the king as well." I don't really hate him. We just had some very public disagreements. So that's all. I've spoken to him a few times since then, and as much as we still don't agree on many things, I don't hate him or anything. I just think he does some stupid stuff sometimes. But I do stupid stuff sometimes. Everyone does stupid stuff sometimes. The unfortunate thing is we do them on the internet. In fact, no, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole of moaning about. Well, yes, I am. I get this all the time where people say there was Mountain Goldfish. That's another channel that I'm not friends with, but I know him quite well. We exchange messages quite a lot. He mentioned my name in a video that he had done, and one of his followers gone, "Oh, I hate that Aquarium Adventures guys. God, he's terrible. He's always slagging off the king of DIY. God, so jealous. I hate that guy. Why can't he just do his own stuff?" And I'm like, so you hate him because you hate me because I'm doing the thing that you're doing right now. You're commenting publicly that I'm terrible and you hate me. So you're allowed to do it, and that's fine, but I'm not allowed to say I disagree with something. I don't like that thing that person's doing. So anyway, that was down a bit of a rabbit hole there. I don't really hate the king of DIY. I've got no problems with him. I've unsubscribed from him so as I don't see any of the objectionable things that he keeps doing. I'm just going to let him get on with his own thing and then not get involved, because everyone thinks that every time I make a video about King of DIY it's to boost my own name and my own presence, but I've shown this before. When you look at my analytics, every time I do something like that, my subs and views and everything go psh, so I get a big spike on one rating on one video because it mentions his name, and it goes up and then it goes way, way down before lower than wherever it was. So it is not a good tactic if you want to grow your YouTube channel to talk trash, if you like, about other ones. But yeah, so you're saying, I don't hate him, but he proclaims that he's the king, and I think he knows everything once he does something once. Yeah. And that was one of my problems with him, was he kept making silly rookie mistakes that you think, well, if you're calling yourself the king of DIY and then you pick up something so basic, just change your name. Call yourself the king of having a go at stuff. Anyway, let's get off that. Another super chat. I must encourage this whole super chat business. I love this. Any currency whatsoever. DKKs, GBPs, USDs. Love them all. Thank you very much. He says, I'm loving it. Glad to catch a live. I know, and I don't do them enough. I really need to make some more time to do these things. And I really need to make some more times, about half an hour before doing these things, to make sure that everything works so as it does. Yeah, I haven't watched a Joey video in a long time. I do check in every now and again just to see what's going on, but yeah, I've just not watched it, and I think that's easy. He can build a great tank stand. I'm pretty sure his tank stands could hold a building, never mind a tank. I think they were a little bit, as much as his personality is a little bit over the top, I think his tank building was a bit over the top. What else was I going to talk about tonight? I think I'm running out of things to talk about. I keep meaning to make a list of things. Every time I think, oh, we'll do a live stream, I've got 6 or 7 things I can think about to talk about. And then I press that go live button, I go, what was it we were going to say? Oh, I've got a new toy. There you go. This is an exclusive for all you people that have bothered to join the live stream. So for Christmas this year, I asked my family to buy me a gimbal for my camera, because the most popular comment on any of my videos or any of my channels goes, I think number 1 is, what's up with your eyebrows? The second most popular comment is, where do you buy your racking from? And the third most popular comment is, why is everything so shaky? Because every time I go into, I don't know, a tank shot or something like that, obviously I'm not holding it steady enough. I don't know, I didn't think it was that bad, but so, like I say, eyebrows, racking, shaky. So I got a gimbal for my Christmas. I asked my good lady wife and my kids to chip in and buy me that. And it came, and I can't show you the camera that it was meant to hold, but I have a Canon EOS M50. It's not the biggest of cameras. It's quite nice. It does the job. It's perfectly good. And although it is rated for this gimbal, every time I turned it on, it would just go mee and collapse. So, gave up. I spent days and days and days trying to balance this thing. I just think it just wasn't good enough. Whether the motors weren't strong enough. So it was the Crane M2. So that went back, and I gave up and thought, oh, I'll just buy myself a new lens. I'll just buy myself something else. But I've ended up going for one of these. I don't know if this will work, but look at that. Just for that. That's the only reason I wanted it, because it turns on and it goes doo-doo-doo. This is it's not called an Osmo anymore. It's a DJI. It's a Pocket 2. So the first one was called the DJI Osmo 1, or just the DJI Osmo. This is the DJI Pocket 2. It's a 4K. Look at the size of it. It's teensy. It's a teeny wee thing. In fact, you'll be able to see the camera if I can get that to focus. Obviously, I can't because I've turned it on to manual focus. Let me change that. So there you go, you can see yourself now. There's the camera. But it's a fantastic little thing. I've been playing around, it only turned up today, so I've only been playing around with it for a little while. But when I go and do tours of fish rooms, when I go and do fish shop tours, I can take this little thing, and it's tiny. That's the thing. I thought this is the best thing ever. So I don't have to wander in there with a big massive camera like that. Is it alright if I film here? Because I hate doing that, because I can just go in and go, show all the tanks. We've got lovely 4K, 60 frames per second. It even does slow-mo, hyperlapses, everything. I'm well impressed with this. So there you go, that's my Christmas present. That's what I bought myself for Christmas. And you've all helped as well, because my Christmas money didn't cover it, so I've had to chip in to it myself. And the most annoying thing is when you look at all the reviews on YouTube and stuff like that, they keep going on about, yeah, this budget gimbal, this budget thing. I'm like, it's only 300 quid, it's not budget. It's the most expensive thing I've bought in years. Maybe that's the Scotsman in me coming out. But yeah, I was well impressed with that. So hopefully we'll have some nice, fresh 4K footage coming out soon. In fact, I might use it in this weekend's video. So the next video, here's another exclusive. I've got the plants in here. They've got some valve in here. I pulled one of them out and it almost touched the roof. And I thought, that's perfect. I've got a little gap in the middle of my display tank and the discus tank where it's just not filling in as well as I wanted it to. So I'm going to take some of the plants out here because it really needs a trim. I'm going to take them out and put them into the display tank. So I might use a new camera to take some of that footage. But I really just like it because it does this when you turn it on and off. Don't know why that amuses me so much. But anyway, there you go. And then obviously I've got all the little stuff that comes with it. So it comes with a little stand with a baton, so if kids get out of control, I can just give them a little whack. So there we go. So now we've got the Canon M50, which is a fantastic camera if anyone is looking to get into it. That is a good camera. Again, you'll be sorely disappointed when you go and look at reviews of everyone calling it a budget camera when it costs a bloody fortune, if you ask me. But not the 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand that some cameras cost. But it's a great little camera. So that's what we've got. If it was waterproof, it'd be perfect. Oh god, you just made me think about that. I do like to drop things, Callum. I might need to cling film it or something just to protect it. Let's have a little check in what we've been saying. It does look a bit like Johnny Five, doesn't it? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. No disassemble. It's a great wee thing. The baton is handy for social distancing. Yes. I went to Asda earlier and saw someone getting chucked out for refusing to wear a mask. I think they got chucked out for being a cock rather than refusing to wear a mask, but it was quite funny. So, as I said earlier, I have some new tanks coming. I may have more new tanks coming than I thought I was coming. Long story short, I bought... I've been looking for... I have a very specific size that I need to get for my tanks downstairs. I think I talked about it in the last few videos where I want it to be Humphrey's tank, so it had to be 100 wide, and that seemed to be a dimension that people weren't happy with, so it had to be a custom tank. But I found a couple of places that built them as their standard tank, so I thought perfect. So I emailed and said, I'm looking for this tank, can you confirm that, because they always say, oh yeah, it's 100 by 60 by 40, you know, like, yeah, but which direction is which? Is it deep, up, down, left, right? And they're all different. So talk to the guy, instant responses every time. Oh, is it depth? How much is the depth? What kind of silicone do you... Oh, yeah, straight away. Is it braced? Yep, straight back. Fine. I'd like that then. So paid, and then within minutes of paying, I got the bill for my renewal for my pet shop license which was astronomical. Actually, it was one of those ones you go, what? How much? It was 500 quid to get my pet shop license renewed. So I was like, bloody hell, I was not expecting that. Completely forgot about it, to be honest. So straight back on to the guy, like an hour after I'd placed the order, to say, look, I'm going to have to leave this for a month. I've had an unexpected bill come along. Can I cancel this order? But I'll probably place it again next month, if not next month, the month after. Silence. So tried to phone them up. Nothing. Emailed again the next day. Silence. And the next day, silence. And I'm saying things like, well, if you can't cancel it, if you're custom making it or something like that, just let me know. I'll find some other way. But I'd really like to cancel it. And then the last few emails were like, why are you not speaking to me? What is this customer? What kind of customer service is this? This is ridiculous. So I've ended up having to cancel through my credit card to get them to block or refund the payment, because they just won't talk to me. They won't speak to me at all. So I won't tell you what company that is yet, but I have since sorted out all that stuff while I wait for this refund, and I'm now into the next month and have found another company. So I've mentioned them before. So remember the little tanks that I've got my endlers in at the moment, the ones that came with the sliders? A company called NACD. Pardon me. You might have seen them on eBay. They sell lots of different types of tanks on eBay. I reached out to them and they were bang straight on it. Yep, no problem, not at all. What would you like? Would you like a discount? Yes, please. So they offered me a discount. But yeah, they've been just so much more easy to deal with. So hopefully they'll be arriving soon, and we can make a video about them. Still heard nothing from the other company. So look out for my I don't think people should deal with this company thing. I didn't go as far as saying, do you know who I am? But I did think of mentioning, look, I do have a few followers on YouTube who are into aquariums, and if you just don't answer me, I'll tell them that you're a terrible company. But still, nope, that wasn't having any of it. And I'm not down to do in any companies like that, but I think the most basic of customer services is just to say, answer your bloody emails, answer your phone, respond to things. Even if you were saying to me, sorry, we can't give you a refund, I'd have said, right, fine, okay, for whatever reasons, we'll sort it out. Just to blank me completely. I was a trifle upset, let's put it that way. Pet shop license from Mickey. Yeah, I do need that. God, I could not believe how much that cost. That went up sharply. I think it was about $280 last year, something like that. I remember being on the phone to the council going, no, just 1 year renewal, please. But yeah, that was a bit much. But you know, you have to get these things because people won't sell you plants or fish or any of the other things unless you have the pet shop license, and then you can't sell things properly without it. So God, it's a whole thing. So most of the profits for my year will be eaten up in pet shop license fees. And the thing that really annoys me is I'm right on the border of my town. So I'm Sheffield City Council, and it's not far away before it becomes Rotherham or Barnsley or something like that. I think the Rotherham is a quarter of the price that it is here, and Barnsley's a lot cheaper as well. So I don't know what it is about Sheffield that makes it so bloody expensive. But anyway, yes, thank you Mickey, thank you Callum, that's much appreciated. All counts. So I've shown off my new camera and I've moaned about how much money this is costing me. We've done a giveaway. What else can we do? The only other thing I've got left is a rant about selling things on Facebook, but I think I've done enough ranting for one day. Oh, I did want to remind you all to go over to Big Fish Lad and check out his channel. In fact, let's have a look at his channel and see if he has got any more subscribers yet. So if you've missed the start, Big Fish Lad is a friend of the channel. We've had many a discussion about things. He's in hospital in the intensive care at the moment. with the dreaded COVID, and he's possibly younger than me, if not around my age. He is, yeah, not very well, basically. He's a friend of the channel. He's doing well now. 781 subscribers. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. So even if you're already subscribed, just go on, check out one of his videos, leave a comment, leave a like, just say hello from Aquarium Adventures, sent me over, or something along those lines. Because every time you leave a comment or a like on a video, it counts as an engagement to YouTube, and they are more likely to promote it themselves. And every little helps, as they say. So his family had posted and commented and let me know that they wanted to give him a little treat, because he's really passionate about his hobby. He's really into his American cichlids and stuff like that, and he is really passionate. You can tell that from his Instagram posts and his I particularly like this video, because if you look, I don't know if I'll be able to see it on one page, but he made a video a while back about how I'm not buying any more fish tanks, and it's an addiction, and it's serious, and this has to be, where was it? Oh, there's a video that he's made about me. Yep. But he made a video about how he wasn't buying any more fish tanks, and he was settling it, and he was being a bad fish keeper and an addict, and to stop doing it. And then his second last video was, I bought a new fish tank. So he is a good lad. I think he would appreciate that as a little boost. I know he wants to get to that 1,000 subscribers. It's a bit of a milestone for all YouTubers. So even if you're already subscribed, just go over and click a like button on a couple of different videos, leave a couple of comments, see if we can give him a bit of a boost, because I understand that he's not very well at the moment, and that's not good. But other than that, my only remaining complaint is about selling things on Facebook, because it's a nightmare. I've just had enough of it. I've listed, so someone who was asking me about keeping saltwater fish, I'd listed all the rock that I'd accumulated for sale. And looking on eBay and stuff like that, and seeing, oh, people are selling it for about £5 a kilo, and I thought, that's ridiculous, that's far too much. Selling it for £5 a kilo, that's way too much. So I think I was selling it for about £1.50 a kilo, something like that. Listed it on Facebook, and the amount of people that just, the advert was literally, I'm in Sheffield, I'm selling this, and it costs that. And every single response that I got was, where are you, and how much is this? I'm like, can you not read? It says that on the thing. I got some that said, yeah, Callum, is this still available? You saw my rant on, I posted it myself on my own. In fact, it'd probably be easier to just show you. In fact, I don't want to. And do I want to show people? I don't want to shame anyone as such. Yeah, I think we can show this. This won't show anyone off in a bad light. So this is my Facebook Marketplace experience. Creates listing. I'm selling X for Y amount. Collect from Z location. Every single response. How much is it and where are you? And not only that. So this is all my friends and people replying to, how much is it then? So what is it? So a few days later, it is still available. 3 people committed to buy. But obviously met with a horrible untimely death, as my queries as to whether they'd like to rearrange the collection they didn't turn up for have gone unanswered. One person called me, this is the one that really pissed me off. So a guy sends me a message, where are you? Not hello, just where are you? Hi, I'm in Sheffield. Where in Sheffield? Uterbridge, S35, as it says in the advert, because it does say that in the advert. Too far, I'm in Birmingham. So I replied, why does it matter what part of Sheffield I'm in then? And he replies, stop wasting my time. Brilliant. I should make a book with all these stuff. But yeah, I had 6 people saying nothing other than best price. Not even best price question mark. Not even hello, what would be your best price? Just best price. And even the ones that he answered saying best price is £50 because that's what I want for it. Just best price. I can't get over how rude some people are. So if you ever see me selling something on Facebook and you have any desire at all to buy that thing, just saying hello at the start of the message when you inquire about it will get you a lot further than saying best price. If you say hello, if you say hi, how much is this, you're likely to get some money off. I mean, it's the same with fish tanks. Have you ever tried to buy or sell a fish tank on bleeding Facebook Marketplace? Yeah. I saw one that was, I don't know if you remember, so a while back you'll have seen my little snail farm down in the fish room. They were what we call, what's the shop called? Home Bargains. Home Bargains sold fish tanks for a while. They were 12 quid. You got the tank, you got a little filter, you got a little net, you got like, it was meant to be a starter thing, but it was a tiny little tank and it was 12 quid. I saw someone selling one of them for 25 quid. I just couldn't believe it. It's not even double the price, double and another £1, just for a bargain. And they didn't even have the filter, so it was just the tank. So I had to respond to it and say, you do know you can buy these for free, buy these for £12 at Home Bargains, and put a link onto their website and everything. B&M, that was the ones, yeah, B&M tanks, not Home Bargains. Oh, the amount of shit I got off that person for that. They hounded me for weeks afterwards, saying I was trying to do them out of money, I was trying to do them over. But even big tanks, where you think, I know Wendy was here earlier, she's bought her Fluval Roma. I won't embarrass you to ask you how much you paid, but if you go on Facebook Marketplace right now, you'll find people asking for more than the retail price because it's used. Why does that make the value go up? What is wrong with these people? So yeah, I've been having fun with Facebook Marketplace these days. Aquafunk Aquatics, hello there, sir. How the funk are you? Lee says, I'm reading in Boona and people just say they want to pay not what you want for them, forgetting how much time and effort's gone into raising them. It pisses me off. Yeah, not with this, but earlier, someone, I can't remember what it was nothing fish related, but they said, how much do you want for this? And I said, I want X. Well, I'm only going to give you Y. So if I can't remember the numbers involved, but I said, I want £10. Well, I'm only going to give you 5. I thought, well, I'm not really willing to break it in half, but okay then. They're like, no, 5 is my maximum offer. I'm like, well, no then. How can you waste my time like this? And you're like, what is wrong with these? Do they not know how the world works? This isn't an auction. This isn't... I'm not... I'll throw it in the bin before I give it to you for being a cheeky bastard. An 8x30 worth over 100, worth over 1,000 for free the other day. I know, and that's the thing, there are some bargains out there as well. A few people have said to, no, you need to ask for more than this because you're short selling yourself. But yeah, some of them being the amount of money that people are asking for shitty little tanks. Fishmank just tuning in, guess I'm late. Yes, you are. I'm winding down. So, we are winding down. I think I've run out of things to talk about now. You've heard me rant enough. I've done enough begging, but, you know, go on aquariumadventures.co.uk and buy something. Or go on my channel and leave a comment somewhere, or click a button, or do all those good things. Make sure you go on Big Fish Lad and leave him a comment, as I keep saying. But we'll give it 5 more minutes. Any more questions, let me know in the comments what you want to know. I'm going to refill my Pepsi Max because I'm starting to choke from all the nonsense I've been talking about. Oh, PC parts, there's another one. Yeah. I built my son a PC for his, I hope he's, what time are we at? Yeah, he'll be asleep by now. I built my son a PC for his Christmas. And I think, what was I'm looking for the box around here. I think it was like an RX 590, it was the Fat Boy one. Was that 590 or 590. And I couldn't find one in stock, but they all had the various prices. And I'd left a message with a couple that were being advertised second hand on eBay, not on eBay, on Facebook, because they'd been listed as free. And that's another thing that really annoys me, is when people put things on for free and then they write offers in the thing. I'm like, well, no, tell me how much you want and I'll tell you whether or not I'm interested. If you ask me for an offer, I'm going to offer you a fiver. So I said, yeah, free, how much is this? I'm interested, I'm putting a PC together, blah blah blah, which is obviously the wrong way to go on Facebook. You just go, best price, and then see what they say. But in the intervening time before that, they all started to come back in stock, so I guess all the suppliers got their stuff that they wanted. And so it was either 2 or 3 that I was following on Facebook Marketplace second hand, who all wanted more than £100 more than the retail price, and they were all in stock everywhere by this point. So I was like, well, this is in stock on Amazon, I can click it now and get it for this price, and you want £100 more, I'll offer you £100 less because it's second hand. And you're like, what the hell's wrong with these people? Ooh. What have we got to say? Any tips for a newbie YouTuber? Says Andy's Fish Room. Oh, hang on. I will come back to that, Andy. Let me go back a little bit. Callum got his 6-foot tank and stand, an FX4 for 200. I mean, yeah, there are things to be had out there. Fishmac got his 180 on 30 quid. Yeah, it's a great one. Asian Arowana, £750 on a group. Worth 300 to 500 max. I know. I worry about these premium fish sometimes because people just say all kinds of stuff. The same in the discus world. Like, yeah, it's one such and such show, and you're like, has it? I was at that show. I didn't see it, but some sucker will buy it, thinking it's like a show-winning fish. So, any tips for a newbie YouTuber? Now, would it be a fish tuber or just a YouTube in general? Because it's going to be slightly different, but I think the biggest tip is to find your niche. And if you want to, send me an email, Andy, afterwards, and I'll talk to you a bit more about it. But basically, find your niche, embed yourself in that niche, and don't ask for stuff that you're not willing to give anything back to. So the biggest tip I always say to people is make yourself useful. So go on other people in your niche, engage in their Facebook groups, engage in their chat, watch their videos, comment on their videos, like their videos. Find, once you get into the community, if you like, and you get known, you then have value because people see you around everywhere. And that's the biggest mistake I get people is I get emails constantly. Hi, I've got a YouTube channel, please do a collaboration with me. And I'm like, alright, I've never heard of you before, but so what's your idea? Don't know, let's do a video together. I'm like, no, sorry. You have to go to them. If you're hoping someone else can give you a bit of exposure, you have to go to them with the idea of what it is you want to do. Because even me, I'm a very small YouTuber. I've only got 10,000 subscribers. I get 1 or 2 a week of people sending me emails or sending me requests of let's do this, let's do that together. People who have come to me and genuinely say, if you get any ideas or any tips or can you look at this, happy to do that. That little guy, that's how patronising. Lazarus, the fish boy. He's a kid, a young boy. I think he lives in Australia or New Zealand or something like that. He emailed me, said, I'm Lazarus, this is what I'm all about. I've got an idea of putting some stuff together. I'd like to do a top 5 video. Would you be interested in helping me out? We could film a bit each, all that kind of stuff. Perfect. You've come to me with a thing that I can do. I can knock that out in 5 minutes. I can put some posts on my channel. I can put it on my Facebook group and let people know, and they can go and check it out, and that'll give you a bit of a boost, and it doesn't hurt me, and it doesn't take any of my time up. Perfect. But the ones that just come to me and say, let's collab, I don't really want to get into a long drawn out conversation about this. I want to know what your idea is and what your end goal is, especially if I've never heard of you. Whereas if you joined my Facebook group, or if you commented on all my videos and I recognise your name, I go, oh, so this guy, he's putting some effort in, I'll help him out. I'm just not willing to do that to any Tom, Dick or Harry that demands my time. So that would be my number 1 tip, would be immerse yourself in the community and get known. The other one is just comment on every single video that you see, because when people, this is great, so you're commenting in my chat right now, people are looking at Andy's Fish Room, they're going, Andy's Fish Room, that's probably a channel that's got some fish stuff. I'm in a fish place, I'll click on his name and I'll go and have a look at it. So that's where you need to start. Don't get drawn into the whole, oh, I need this equipment, I need that equipment, I need to get a digital camera, you don't need any of that. You need the basics, which is, you need a phone, basically. There's nothing you can't do with a phone that you can do well, which can then build up your audience, which will pay for your upgrades. There's so many YouTube channels out there where it's someone and they're filming their tank like this. It's useless, or they're covering the microphone with a thing and you can't hear a word they're saying. If you have a phone, you buy yourself a cheap old tripod so it's steady and you're shooting the thing that you want to shoot, and most importantly, you say something interesting. So, and as much as I'm guilty of this as the next man, this is me feeding my fish. Oh, here we go. That is not an interesting video. This is me feeding my fish. The fish is a X. This is how I acquired this fish. This fish needs certain conditions to thrive. These are the good things about having this fish. These are the bad things about having this fish. These are the things you need to look out for. You're adding interest. You're adding some kind of genuine reason for someone to watch it. In general, all the guides out there say, well, if you're going to be a YouTuber, you need to learn how to tell a story, and a story has a start, a middle and an end. And it's true, but you need to adapt that when you're in such a small niche like fish keeping. You need to have an objective. So you'll notice a lot of my videos are, and again, don't follow what I say because I'm only a very small YouTuber, but a lot of my videos are, right, today we're going to do something. So you know, I've set out an objective. We're going to build a tank, we're going to change a tank, we're going to move fish around, we're going to, whatever it is we're going to do a thing. That's the beginning. Then the middle is we do the thing, and then the end is I've done the thing. So you need to structure things a little bit, and I'm not saying you need to go out and script everything, so that's not necessarily the way to go. But you turning up and going, so this is an Oscar, it's not going to cut it, and people will just switch off. Audio over video every time. If you can't hear it, you're not going to watch it. I'll leave you with those tips, but reach out on Facebook or email or anything if you want to have a chat, and we'll go into it a little bit more. Am I planning to breed any more super red bristlenose plecos? I am, and that's probably the 5th most popular question I get asked on all my videos. I have very little to do with it though. Short of getting in the tank and playing some Barry White to them, it's just not happening. So I really want them to get on with it, but yeah, it's just not there yet. Hold on till 11, then raid off the Deep End Aquatics livestream. Good idea. We're 3 minutes away from there. Have you heard of the app Band, they sell fish. Yes, so there's a few good groups on. So when Facebook stopped selling fish, or stopped allowing the sale of fish, everyone jumped onto Band. There are a few good groups and a few bad groups. I'll maybe do a video about that one day. That's a good idea. Thank you, Don. 5 minutes, I've been that'll last an hour. We'll see what we can do. Ooh, okay, my comments were obviously stuck. It's gone all the way. It's gone a bit funny, sorry. Ooh, yes, fish tuber and it. Yep, definitely. Better to bring value in your channel from the get-go and not expect anything in return. Yep, definitely. I'm getting a pair of hybrid Black Lives Matter smallmouth bass sunfish. That is a hybrid and a half. What are your favourite plants? My favourite plants are probably Amazon swords, because they're kind of indestructible and I'm kind of good at killing plants. Amazon swords, crypts, yeah, they're my favourites because they do really well. And good old Java moss, I love that stuff too. Best price. You can't click names on the phone anymore. Oh right, I didn't know that was a thing. Biggest tip is shake off the haters and the trolls. It is, I mean, there are certain personalities. You can either engage with the trolls and play with them, or you can ignore them. It's always best to ignore them, because if you can't engage them and then just shake it off, it's always going to end badly for you. So yeah. Thank you for every one of the subs on my channel tonight. Big time fish keeper. Well, yep, happy to help if you've got any from this. You can edit videos on your phone, get an app called CapCut. I've never heard of that one. Loads of easy. I have downloaded an app called KineMaster, something like that it's called. Because I'm a bit of an IT geek, I do everything on my PC anyway. But when I was on holiday, without access to my PC, I used, is it called KineMaster? It's quite good. I've played around with it a few times. And it was free. It does have a paid version, but the free version was pretty good as well. But there's loads of free apps and free PC stuff. I use Sony Vegas Pro, which isn't free unless you know where to go, and I find that does everything I need and more. So some links to Band. Fishy on Band is the best, says Josh. I'm imagining that's his. Yep, shameless plug. That's obviously his group. Well, yeah, by all means, drop your plugs in the chat. I've got no problem with that. What I like about Aquarium Adventure... Oh, that sounds like a good comment, promising so far, is he's down to earth and doing stuff that's possible for the average person. Well, that's the whole point of my channel, is I'm doing stuff that I do. So, I am a hapless idiot. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You definitely don't have to pay for good editing software. There's lots of free versions. If you're using a PC, DaVinci Resolve, you can't get better than that, really. But yeah, lots of free options. Although, pick a good one. Try lots, but pick one and stick with it, because it does take a while to learn all the intricacies of it. Aquarium Analytic, I'm really good at killing Java ferns and duckweed, so no one can kill duckweed, so I call bullshit on that one. But yeah, I'm also really good at killing Java fern. Just doesn't like light. I find a lot of my tanks are high light, and whenever I put Java fern in there, it just doesn't do very good at all. Are we allowed to plug Instagrams in the chat? Yeah, go for it. As long as someone plugs my Instagram, if you can remember what it is. iMovie, yeah, if you're a Mac type person, iMovie's very good. I've only used it a couple of times myself, so I'm not a big Mac user. Mickey's Aquarium on Instagram, yeah. Right, someone mentioned a raid. earlier, so I think we'll say goodbye and we'll read someone, but now I can't remember who it was. It was... Someone paste it in the comments. I can't find it because I can't work my mouse anymore. But we're going to sign off shortly, and we're going to put someone, hopefully will put a link in the comments to whoever it was we were talking about, and we'll all jump over for 5 minutes and say hello, because I know the pain of doing a live stream when you only have 5 people watching you. So if we could get, we've currently got 50 people here, if we could get everyone to jump over for 5 minutes and say hello, that might make somebody's day. Why can I not find this bleeding... I keep calling myself a tech guru and an IT genius, and then I can't work a bleeding browser. Come on, it's got to be here somewhere. Off the Deep End Aquatics, that was the one. There we go. Maybe we'd find it eventually. Let's see, are they going yet? They are, they're live. I've been enjoying following this channel recently because of the massive fish tank. It's probably got more subscribers and more
Are you into the hobby too, or just put up with it?
She puts up with it.
right. They've got 25 people watching. I think we're going to have to... Oh, no, wrong page.
Aquatics. It's a good Facebook group you guys should check out, especially if you're in your bar.
Right, I'm off, everyone. Let's go over there.
What's up?
Why?
All the way from the east to the west.
Why is that not working?
From the west to the east, Stephen Holt in the house. Cynthia from Ontario.
I'm trying to make this work, people, but why is it going so badly? Can't post links in my own chat.
I don't have any plans to make a members section anytime soon. Maybe someday. But no time soon. Hello.
Oh, you're going to have to ask you to use your own initiative because I can't make it work.
Above ground pond, indoors or outdoors?
So off the Deep End Aquatics.
East to west. He's right, yep. Good to see you too. Thanks for joining.
Right, is it working now?
I know, it makes more sense to look over here. Oh, actually I can kind of read some of it.
Jump over there, say hello, say you're from Aquarium Adventures, and we'll catch you all next time. Thank you Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time.